In this section, we will learn about strings. So first of all, in this video, I'll give you introduction to strings. For giving introduction, I'll be talking about character sets or ASCII codes. Next, I'll explain what does it mean by character array. Then I will explain string, and we will learn how to create strings in C language. Let us start with character set or ASCII codes. Character set is the set of characters that are supported by a programming language like C, C++ or any other language. So the set of characters supported by a language will be same as the set of characters that are supported by any computer system. We know well that computer system works on binary number system. So everything in computer is numbers. Then how they can support characters? So basically they don't support characters. Then how we make them work on characters? We will define some set of numbers as characters. So it means for every character we define some numeric value. So we give some numeric codes. So yes, for the English alphabets, for every character there are some codes defined, and those codes are standard codes. Every electronic machine follows that same set of codes, and those codes are called as American Standard Code for Information Interchange, that is ASCII code or ASCII codes. These codes are given by American National Standards Institute, that is ANSI, and also it is ISO standard. So that's the reason every electronic device supports these codes for English language. And moreover, for other natural languages like Chinese, Japanese or Hindi, for various other natural languages, the codes are defined, and those are ISO standard codes, and those codes are called as Unicodes. So we will be learning about ASCII codes first, then I will explain you a little bit about Unicode also. So ASCII codes are for English language. Now how the codes are defined? See, for every symbol, for every letter or character, there is a code available. So let us look at English alphabets. So for capital A, uppercase A, ASCII code is 65. Then for capital B, it is 66. So 67 and so on. Like this up to capital Z, and the capital Z, it is 90. So these are uppercase letters and the codes are starting from 65 up to 90. There are total 26 alphabets in English language. So these are 26 codes. For lowercase alphabets also ASCII codes are there, that is 97 for lowercase a, then 98 for lowercase b, 99 and so on, and lowercase z is 122. So these are for alphabets, English language letters. Then for numerical symbols like 0, 1, 2, 3 also ASCII codes are there. So what is the ASCII code for 0? It is 48. Then for 1 it is 49. For 2 it is 50 and so on. Last digit is 9. So it is 57. So these are the codes for numerical symbols. Now basically if you see what all the symbols that you find on keyboard, that forms a character set, and for every symbol on the keyboard there is some ASCII code available. Now the other symbols are remaining like special characters like opening bracket, closing bracket, comma, question mark, plus, minus and star, so on. There are many special characters, so for special characters also symbols are there. Generally we work with these symbols, so I have written the ASCII codes, and you should remember these ASCII codes. For uppercase English alphabets, lowercase, as well as these numeric symbols. And also for enter ASCII code is 10. For space bar ASCII code is 13. And for escape ASCII code is 27. So these may also be helpful if you can remember them. So this is a set of ASCII codes. So if you see the ASCII codes I have given, that this is 48 to 57, then next is 65 to 90 and 97 to 122. So actually from where they are starting and where they are ending. So that is important. ASCII codes are starting from 0 to 127. Total 128 ASCII codes are there. Total 128 that are starting from 0 to 127. To represent these ASCII codes, to represent any one symbol, 7 bits are sufficient. 7 bits are sufficient. That is binary bits. I guess you know how binary numbers are stored. So you need binary digits or binary bits. So 7 digits are enough. Like 2 power 7 is 128. So it ranges from 0 to 127. So only 7 bits are sufficient for ASCII codes. But while allocating the memory in main memory, that is in the RAM, 7 bits are not allocated. Minimum 1 byte is allocated. So that's why a character, that is a ASCII code, is stored in 1 byte in computer memory. Now I'll tell you a little bit about Unicodes. Like Unicodes are for all the languages. So ASCII codes become the subset of Unicode. So like English is also one of the language, so it becomes subset of Unicodes. Unicodes takes 2 bytes of memory. 2 bytes, that is 16 bits. Right? So because it is supporting all natural languages, and this 16 bits can be represented in the form of hexadecimal codes. So hexadecimal codes are represented in 4 bits. So these are represented in 4 bits hexadecimals, right? That is 4 4 16. So these ASCII codes are represented in hexadecimal form in 4 digits of hexadecimal. Like for example, C035. So these are 4 digits of hexadecimal, or C03A. So this is 4 digits of hexadecimal. So Unicodes are represented in the form of hexadecimal. So you can go to a website called unicode.org. Unicode.org you can visit, and there if you look at the charts for the codes of languages, you can find codes for various languages available. And same way in Google, if you search for ASCII code, you can find codes. There are a lot of websites giving the information about this one. So this is all about ASCII codes. Now next, let us understand how a character is represented and what is character array. Then we will learn about strings. Let us see how to declare a character type variable in C and C++. Our data type is char. So char or char is a data type. And suppose I declare a variable name as temp. Now this temp is a variable of type character. So how much memory it consumes? It takes 1 byte of memory. Then what is the data present here? There is nothing present here. So temp is just 1 byte. And if I want to store something in that, then I can initialize it with a character. Let us say A, capital A. So A is stored here. See, for giving a character constant, it must be in single quotes, and we can give only single alphabet. So for example, if I write temp assign A as well as B and quotes, this is wrong. And if I write A, simply A, this is also wrong. If I write temp A, if I use double quotes, then also it's wrong. So it should be in single quotes, and we should have only one single alphabet, then that will be stored here. Now, what actually is stored in the memory? Actually inside the memory, value 65 is stored. It's 65. It's not A, right? A is not represented in computer memory. 65 is stored. Then next, how to print this alphabet? I can use printf for printing that alphabet. Printf percentile C and temp, that variable name temp. Now the value of temp is 65. So actually printf should print 65, but we have given a control character as C, so it will print letter A on the screen. Instead of C, if I make it as a D, then decimal number, that is integer type, so it will display 65 on the screen. So with this you can understand basically it is 65. As we said that we want this in character form, so printf will print that in A. Then same way in C++, if we write cout, temp, then cout knows that this is a character type variable. It is declared as character, so that is the reason it will display A. So both these will display A. So this is the method of displaying a character. So this is about the character, declaration of a character and initialization of a character, and even I can initialize it here directly, right? Instead of initializing it later, I can declare as well as initialize it. Now next thing we will see what is character array, how I can create an array of characters. For creating an array of characters, just like any other array, I will take an array name as X, and this is an array. Mention the size. So array of size 5 characters will be created. Now, can I initialize this one? Yes. So I will take the same name here. I will not change the name. So I can set the name as X and size is 5. And if I want to initialize, I can give alphabets. This is declaration plus initialization. So an array will be created with a name X, and it will have alphabets A, B, C, D, E. Actually, their ASCII codes will be present in that array. Then, third method, I can create an array without giving any size. So, A, B, so same type of array will be created of size 5 and initialized with all these alphabets. I have not mentioned the size. Size will be taken depending on the number of alphabets I am assigning. And one more method, I can create an array by either mentioning or not mentioning the size. I will write 65, 66. So these are the ASCII codes for these alphabets. So the same thing will appear, same thing, same array will be created, because 65 is for capital letter A and 66 for B and so on. So same array will be created. So all these three methods, same array will be created. Now I will create one more array. I'll create an array char of size 5, and I will mention only 2 alphabets, right? So now the array that is created, only alphabet A, B are stored, so these are all zeros, initialized with 0. So the set of characters are till here only, but the array size is total 5. I have only 2 alphabets. So yes, it is possible. So then I should know till where I have kept the characters. So it is just like a normal integer array. Array size may be 100, but you are having only 15 elements or 10 elements in that. So same as that one, array of characters of size 5, but I have only 2 valid alphabets. Rest of the places are empty, vacant, not in use. This is possible. Now next I will carry on with the same example here, and I will explain you what are strings.